Yeah, here we go. Stadium Pulse, Action Sports Jax, 24/7 network. Let's talk some college football. The season is over. We'll look back on what a season it was. Was it good or bad? The viewership for the national championship is making headlines this morning. Is that good or bad? I think the obvious answer, because it was a great viewership, but I think that could be misconstrued. It could be bad news for the future of the sport, potentially. We're going to talk about Indiana, Cignetti. I've got a lot to say about that guy, as does everybody. He's fun to talk about. We talk a little FSU as well. Their offseason again, once again. Y'all know the 5 schools that we focus on around here. FSU, Florida, UCF, Georgia, and Miami. We'll get to each of those if we have time, including one of those coaches in Jacksonville this week on a recruiting visit. And also one of the wilder transfer portal stories that I can remember. Obviously, this doesn't date back all that long, where it's been this wild, wild west. But this is insane, and I look forward to telling this story to all of you that happened this week and getting your reaction to it. Hop in the chat if you're with us on a Friday morning. Zach is back in the booth. College football season is over. It wasn't that long ago, Zach, that you and I were locked in on Iowa State, Kansas State.
Yeah, not long ago.
Was that in Ireland?
It was a doubling game.
I think we had a Watt Patty or two.
Definitely
and got on that game. Thought those teams could be Big 12 contenders. I believe I had Kansas State in the college football playoff, so that was awesome.
I have it. I'm holding myself accountable here.
Oh,
I had one of the worst takes of the season that week, and we talked about what are 5 hot takes for the season that week, and I said Carson Beck would be benched by week 8.
Did you really?
I did.
I don't even remember that.
I did say that.
So,
Full confession.
Do you have anything to say now?
Same result. No ACC. No Natty.
Dude, the best. Oh, dude, it was incredible.
I couldn't be happier.
Because they asked Cristobal after the game.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we played like champions. Like, we're champions. I got a bunch of champions in my locker room. And I don't know if it was actually, I think he almost got community noted on Twitter because everybody was like, no, this is a false claim. You didn't win the ACC, and you sure as heck didn't win the Natty. I'm pretty sure that he got community noted.
Dude.
That's incredible.
That's electric. Listen, the moment the playoffs started, Miami got in. It was December 5th. We were down, or it might have been the 6th. We were down in Jupiter, Florida with my buddies for our annual Jupiter trip. And I said, I want Miami to win out so they can play the college football championship at home and lose in front of their home fans. Ta-da. Oh, I'm so happy. Dude, that was the worst hate watching I've ever had. I mean, it was bad.
You really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game. Miami looked like trash.
What, dude, it was a good game.
Yeah, but no.
Really?
Okay, let me back up before I say something really dumb.
Yeah,
that was
please.
a good ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami had the best team unit that they've had in multiple years.
Of course.
But at the end of the day, Miami consistently plays like a bunch of individuals. They're undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
They've got an ego problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not maintained. How good was it watching the 7th round pick walk off the field without shaking hands to make himself an undrafted free agent this year?
Okay, dude, that's not going to happen.
I understand that. I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, that's an elite comment. But it was hilarious. But my point is like, I mean, you just saw their colors after they lost. Now, the whole Mark Fletcher thing, I'm not getting into because I have no idea what the details are of that. But
I like that dude. I think the
I
I think
like
the
him.
Indiana lineman was way in the wrong.
Correct.
We did a a whole segment on this Tuesday where Mark Fletcher's getting flack because he throws a punch at a an Indiana O lineman, and I'm like, dude, and then I was like, Mark Fletcher, from everything that the stories and all that stuff, he seems like the best guy on the field.
Yes.
Like he scored the touchdown in that game and signed to Jesus Loves You, and I don't know what it is, but he did that right in the camera. I'm like, all right, I'm going to side with this guy above anybody.
I liked it.
That I don't know anything about. And then, of course, it comes out after that the Indiana guy was supposedly talking about the dude's dad who has passed away.
Yeah. Which
so
is horrible.
That's insane. So I'm a big Mark Fletcher fan as far as I'm concerned.
But great ball game. And also, it's probably in contrast. Maybe Miami's not that undisciplined, but compared to Indiana, every team's undisciplined.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, Indiana, the story of the season is Indiana out-executed everybody.
Yes.
Out-executed everybody. And that, I think, is the way that we're going to look back on the season, but I think it's also incredibly important for every fan when they look at their program to think about how championships are going to have to be won now and in the future. Meaning this. Some people took that Indiana win and that the fact that they won the national championship and the whole story around it, that they were terrible and all that stuff, 3-9, who's Indiana, and they won a title in 2 years under Cignetti. Everybody knows the story. A lot of people took that as, well, if they can do it, anybody can. And I don't know if I could push back on that any further. There's a difference between Texas Tech and Indiana, and it's noticeable. It's a large difference. Not everybody can be Indiana because Curt Cignetti's don't grow on trees. And I've been very critical of the Cignetti, what the word for it? The performance, it seems to me, on the sideline. But I have been incredibly complimentary of the coaching. I've said it for weeks. It's the best coaching job of my lifetime. Like, I can't say anything better than that. And to think that, just because, Indiana did it, so fill in the blank school can do it? No, you can't. Because how did Indiana win it? Well, we just said they out-executed everybody. They didn't have more talent. They didn't have the most expensive roster. So I don't want to hear that. The fact that Indiana wins the championship shouldn't give a bunch of mid-tier or no name or at least no success Power 4 schools. It shouldn't give them hope. I don't think that's the case. Yes, they went from worst to so it's possible. But it's not like if I'm Purdue or if give me a school. Oklahoma State, if I'm FSU, if I'm Florida, if I'm a team that has really struggled in the NIL era, which those 4 schools have been horrible.
Yes, horrible.
I don't look at Indiana and have any more hope that my school could win a championship one day because I don't have Curt Cignetti. And so, as long as I don't have Curt Cignetti, then why should I have any hope that I'm going to all of a sudden be able to out-execute everybody? They were the most disciplined team in the country. They were the most well-coached team in the country. They were the most together team in the country. And this brings me to my next point. They were the oldest team in the country.
Yes.
So that now brings me to my next question, which is, if you're trying to build a program from the ground up, Zach, how would you go about trying to do it and win a national championship? Because obviously there are multiple schools of thought. Okay. Previously, and this is molding day by day and year by year, Kirby Smart at Georgia is going to build through high school. And he's going to recruit high school better than anybody, and he's going to develop better than anybody with the promise of development and getting you to the National Football League. And in that process of being together 4 years, maybe you win a national title. That's what happened in 21 and 22. Now what we're seeing is those guys that are developing They are developing, but unless they're offered or guaranteed a starting spot, or at least if they haven't locked it up, they're going to take that development after 2 years and say, well, look, every school in the country is going to want me now, college, because I was a 4-star, let's say, coming out of high school, and I spent 2 years getting developed by Kirby Smart. There's not a single team in the country that wouldn't pay for me, almost. And that's what they do. They leave. Mm-hmm. So you're not reaping the reward, the full reward of your time and effort for multiple years developing somebody. Obviously, the other side of the spectrum is, your Ole Misses and your LSUs and your Texas Tech. Screw high school, they say. We're just going to buy players in the portal. And for Texas Tech, it's worked. For Ole Miss, it's worked. We'll see about LSU. It will work. There's no doubt about it. And then you have this kind of outlier that is Indiana that says, we're going to do some of both. And we're going to do it well. And the ones that we get in the portal, we're going to make sure they're old. These are grown men, right? Because obviously, you tell me who's better. The 3-star guy? The 3-star. Okay, so if you're throwing one-on-ones, okay, and on one side of the ball I pick up Indiana DB, fill in the blank player, who was a 3-star coming out of high school, but he's 23, and he's got 35 starts in college football. Maybe he started at who knows what school. We'll just say JMU. He sat. And then he played a little bit his sophomore year. And then he was a full-time starter junior and senior year. And now he's at Indiana. He's got 35 starts under his belt. Who's better, that 3-star or the 5-star receiver who's 19?
I mean, probably the 3-star.
That's what Indiana said, and it worked. They said, give me all the olds. Oh, you should be an accountant by now. You should be exercising your business degree. You should be well into the workforce by now. You should be starting a family by now. Nope. You're coming here and you're playing football for us. That's what they said. 23, 24, 25-year-old dudes on that team. I could go play for Indiana right now if I had eligibility, which I do. I could probably sue and get a spot.
Probably.
I'm right in their wheelhouse age-wise.
Yep.
I'm 25. Just turned 25. That's prime up there at Indiana. So, back to the question, if you're trying to win a national championship and you're building a team from the ground up, out of all the philosophies right now, how are you going to go about it?
This is probably a really insane take, but seeing the success of Cignetti and Trinidad Chambliss, I'd just go pick a champion from the D2 level or FCS level. What head coach won the national championship there? Who knows how to win in a high-stakes environment? Mind you, the Division II and FCS national championship tournaments are 32 teams. Mm. So they had to win what? How many rounds is that? 32, 16, 8, 4 championship?
That's 5 games.
So they had to win 5 high-stakes games at the end of the year. On top of the 11-game regular season they have.
Right. That's pretty much...
So a coach who has stamina in the season,
yeah,
knows how to draw out discipline. Clearly, I mean, I looked it up. This isn't a pool. But Tony Anise is the head coach at Ferris State.
Okay.
Right? They won
That's where Trinidad came from.
Correct. They won the D2 last year, and then Montana State won it this year in FCS. Why would you not just go pull him if you've seen the success? I mean, he's got high-stakes wins. He's got endurance and discipline. I would just go pull that guy, a guy who can teach. And then you do the Cignetti method, and you get old heads. And you go from there. Maybe you have a year where you go 11-2, great. But you have the blueprint of discipline. That's what I would do, because clearly these group of 5 coaches are not really working. Going to group of 5 going to a group of 4, right? Or a group of 4, yeah. Whatever it's called, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not working. Norvell, Memphis. Silverfield, Memphis to Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, let me
go ahead and chalk that up.
Yeah, let me go ahead and tell you what's going to happen there. Give me 5 wins in 2 years, and I'm telling you, I think he's a relief coach, like a relief pitcher in baseball. I think he's a 2-year gap till they find the guy they want and they bring him in.
Well, maybe.
So, I mean, listen, if you're asking me, Jason, I'm hiring Tony Anise right now. I'm giving him all the money that he needs to go recruit old players, not freshman 5-stars who have ego problems.
Okay.
That's my game plan.
Okay. By the way, apparently I'm being told that the chat is working but not working. So people are hopping in but maybe not popping up. So keep hitting on that. It'll probably pop up in here eventually. All right, that brings me to my next question. Again, looking back at the national championship, and as we look forward, and we'll ask kind of one NFL meshed question now: is Fernando Mendoza deserving of the number 1 overall pick? And I think the gut reaction response is absolutely yes. Not only did the guy win the Heisman, he was the best player on the field in every game he played, it seemed like. And at the end of the day, I would say to you, I don't know anybody more deserving. However, this is not a typical number 1 overall pick type player. And why I say that is because you tell me, okay? Because obviously at the national championship, all the Raiders brass was there, and they have the number 1 overall selection. Tom Brady is there, John Spytek is there, and Davis, the owner, is there. If they're watching the national championship against Miami, who's as comparable to an NFL defense right now as anything Mendoza has seen, and I'm not comparing Miami's defense to an NFL defense, they're miles apart, but just the best defense he had seen in general, along with Ohio State, and we're going to get to them in a second. Well, Mendoza went 16 to 27 for 186 and 0 tuds. So if I'm going to the national championship saying I can't wait to watch my number 1 overall pick play, well, he didn't really do anything. They didn't really do anything. They won the game because they ran the football on Miami. Because they had great defense. And they had a punt block touchdown. And Mendoza made the play. Now, I don't want to take that away from him. I'm not a Mendoza hater. I like this guy. And he should be the number 1 overall pick this year. But across the board, he gets a ton of credit for making the play. It was an unbelievable play. Unbelievable play. But 16 to 27 for 186 and missing throws when they were in the red zone for the first time that I've seen him do in the last 4 or 5 weeks. If I'm Tom Brady, I'm like, man. I don't know. Because it's not just one game. And the last thing I want to do is extrapolate one game and really make a take just to make a take out of one game. Well, who's the second best defense that Mendoza faced this year? Well, that would be Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. 15 to 23 for 222 yards and a touchdown. Didn't do a whole lot that one either. So in the biggest 2 games of Indiana's season, or at least the best 2 defenses that he faced, Miami in the national championship, Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, Mendoza did the bare minimum, I would say. He didn't make any mistakes, which maybe is just the immediate comeback to this. Well, he's playing great defenses and he didn't make any mistakes. Therefore, look, everybody else will be making mistakes against those 2 teams, but not Mendoza. Draft him number 1 overall. I would get that. The guy had one 300-yard game all season through the air. And again, that's not Indiana's mojo. It's not their or MO, I should say, is to throw the ball all over the yard 40 times a game. They want to be balanced, all that good stuff. So I just want to point some of these things out because I mean, across the board, and I want to say one more thing, because stats are stats. Stats across the board in college football this year were down. Way down. If you compare this year's Heisman finalists to Heisman finalists of the past, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Like, there was nobody stats-wise this year, not a single player that would be even a finalist in some of the years past, in the recent last 10 years. Stats were down. I mean, Jeremiah Smith barely eclipsed 1,000 yards. Tell me off the top of your head right now, give me an 1,000-yard receiver in college football. When you should be able to, in a normal year, rattle off 10. Bam. So I just want to throw that out there as well as kind of a counter argument to my own point. It's not all about Mendoza, his stats being down. Stats were down across the board, but I just felt that was deserving of being pointed out. That this guy, against the best two defenses that he played within the system, didn't make any mistakes, completed a large percentage of his passes. But this wasn't the most talented and eye-popping performances that we've seen. I mean, even against Bama now, 14 of 16. The completion percentage is unbelievable. Mendoza lights out in that game. They didn't have to. I mean, they blew them out. It was 14 to 16 for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then against Oregon, they blew them out. 17 of 20 again. Unbelievable completion percentage, 85%. But he only threw for 177 yards, 5 touchdowns, all at like the 10-yard line. So, what does that say about his NFL trajectory and his NFL future? Shoot, the last thing I want to do is get up here and think that I have any clue when it comes to how college quarterbacks translate to the NFL. If NFL GMs can't even get it at a 50% accuracy, then what am I doing? Those guys are clueless when it comes to projecting NFL GMs or NFL quarterbacks that are coming out of college. I mean, just look at these last couple of draft classes. It's a joke. So I'm not going to do it either. But in a normal year, is Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman? No, he's not. Especially, and is he the number 1 overall pick? No, he's not. Especially if Indiana doesn't make a national title run. If Indiana were to have lost to Alabama in the first round of the playoffs, Mendoza is not the first overall pick. That's nothing against him. I'm just telling you. Most of the time, the number 1 overall pick is decided way before the playoff. You understand?
I'm with you.
It's a done deal. By mid-October, you know who the number 1 overall pick is half the time, as long as it's a quarterback. Obviously, Trayvon, Aiden Hutchinson, you had no idea. But Cam Ward, I think we knew.
Yeah, we knew early.
And it's obviously given the NFL order, right? As soon as you knew that it was the Titans picking first last year, you knew it was Cam Ward. And probably well before that. Anyway, let's talk about Cignetti. What a run for this guy. Did you see this, Zach?
Yeah, I didn't want to fact check it. I just want to see it for myself.
Uh-huh.
I just Googled it, and it literally drops down and goes, yep, he won.
So obviously everybody knows the Google me, I win. This is legit. If you search Curt Cignetti in Google, it'll come up with, yep, he won. I didn't even know this, like, we did this. Since when do we do stuff like this, Google? Just me?
Just you.
You've seen stuff like this before?
I mean, yeah, Google's interactive. They interact with their people.
Okay, smart guy. Whatever. You're literally fried.
Patty, after this, there's nothing you can do.
No problem. And then, so at some point in this last week, we learned that Cignetti was, I don't even know how to describe, a serial Chipotle eater. I just wanted to, just talk about the run that this guy's on. So first he gets Google, and then he gets Chipotle literally making an I win bowl. What?
I mean, this is a generational run. I want to make that clear.
Well, apparently the story is that he says that he eats it legitimately every day for lunch. Like he said 500 times in the last 2 years. Like every weekday. Monday through Friday, as long as he's in the office, he gets this delivered. The same exact thing.
I mean,
now I've heard of a deal before.
Jason, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
You win the national title. You are the head coach of X team. Can't say the Bulldogs because Kirby's doing a phenomenal job.
Sure.
All right. You win the national championship.
Yeah.
What restaurant would have the Jason Hamby blank meal?
I see this is one of the silliest questions you've ever asked.
I just want to hear you say it. Don't change the game. Bro, you have a Whataburger. You don't even drink. Oh my gosh, you're a traitor. So what would we call it? Jason Hamby's what meal?
The freaking the plain and dry playoff championship meal.
All right, that's no problem. I was just curious. I was just curious.
I literally got it last night. Number 2, plain and dry with extra cheese. Feed it to me every time. Feed it to me every time.
I'll get it delivered right now. I'll have it before the end of the show.
Okay. I mean, don't threaten that. You better keep your threats.
Twist my arm.
Okay. No problem. One last question before we get to a break, and we got to get to a break to wrap this up on the national championship. If we can get Cignetti's dome off the screen, please. 30 million viewers for the national championship is an unbelievable accomplishment. Unbelievable accomplishment for college football. I mean, that's rivaling some big NFL games. Now, the NFL is still crushing. But for the college football to put up a 30 mil in a national championship is phenomenal. So I love that for the sport. However, just as a blanket statement, I am concerned that whoever the higher-ups are, the powers that be in college football, are sitting back today with their arms crossed looking at 30 million and saying, hey, we must be doing a pretty good job because we're growing. We just set a record-breaking number, a national championship with Indiana, by the way, not Ohio State, not Georgia, not Notre Dame, with Indiana. Just got 30 million views. We must be crushing it and making all the right decisions. Hey, all of that is in spite of everything that y'all are doing. You understand what I'm saying here? They're going to look at that number and be like, well, hey, playoff worked. Here comes 24 teams. That's what I'm afraid of. Playoff work, we must need to continue doing exactly what we're doing, expanding. Here comes 24. Give me a break. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'm going to get to that transfer portal story that I need you to hear. I think it's insane, and I think you will think the same as well. We're going to get to some 2026 Heisman odds, and if we have time, we're going to be looking back at the 2025 AP preseason poll, because what a joke that was. Right back on Stadium Pulse, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com. Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back, Stadium Pulse, Action Sports Jack's 24/7 network. And what you're looking at right now is one Mike Norvell coptering into Jacksonville this week. On the left is Atlantic Coast High School right up the road, Zach's alma mater. And on the right, that is him with head football coach over at Bulls, Coach Toblin. So we got AC and Bulls here for the FSU head man. Welcome back into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 studio. Norvell. And look, I know, Zach, that you were out last week, and I kind of went in on FSU. I said it was an inferior offseason to even the DJU one. And I read off, where y'all were in the transfer portal class and all this stuff. It was all terrible. Maybe a visit to Jacksonville will turn things around for Mike Norvell. What say you? Oh, wow.
My problem, Jason, is that I tend to be a rational FSU fan at times. And I get fairly pessimistic, which is not of my character because usually I'm glass half full kind of guy. But I have just seen us struggle so bad. And I mean, dude, as a human being, I like Norvell. He's a good dude.
He is.
He's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He takes accountability. He has the character that you could bargain that every college football program would like to have in their facility. But the guy's recruiting and developing strategies are garbage. I feel like he's like a cat chasing his tail. Like, he's just chasing the next thing that appeals to him. We'll date back to when he overtook the program. He developed Jordan Travis, who, by the way, my QB comparison, for Mendoza was Jordan Travis. Great college, maybe makes the NFL. Now, Travis was plagued with injuries. And forced him to retire.
Right.
But as far as playing style, very similar. Now, he developed Jordan Travis.
Right.
Look where that got us in year 4.
Right.
13-0, breaks his leg. We didn't belong in the playoff after that. I get that. But case in point is that had he been healthy, we're not only a playoff team, we're a good one. We're dangerous. Right? Keon Coleman was having a great year that year, and I mean, we had 5 running backs that could just tote the football.
Yeah.
And then that year ends, and he goes, I'm going to hit the transfer portal. I got to keep up with the times. I'm losing Travis. I don't really have a backup. Brock Glenn's not going to cut it. And I think he gets kind of suckered into the modern day recruiting, which is not the Norvell standard, nor is it how Florida State has ever played football. But once again, it's NIL. No one's ever played football this way.
Right.
Legally, that is.
Sure.
And so when I look at Norvell, I see a good man, but I don't see a lot of hope for Florida State.
Okay.
And I hopefully visit the Jacksonville Hopes. The only glimmer of hope that I'm holding on to this off season, and I've told you this before, is Malachi Marshall.
JUCO product.
JUCO national champion.
The next Trinidad, you say?
No. The next Trinidad, I hope, is what I said. I don't know his stats nor his style enough to confidently say this guy's the next Chambliss. But I do know that from the brief clips of his style that I've seen, due to the fact that he's a dual threat quarterback, he does fit in the offense.
Yeah.
He does fit. And we do have receivers, right? We got Mekhi Dancy, who's the fastest man in the ACC.
No, he's not faster than Malachi Tony. I don't care if he is, he's not.
Okay,
Whatever.
I understand. Football fast, I get it. But technically speaking, the fastest man in the ACC. Okay. Then we have Deuce Robinson. That guy's a great receiver for us. He's got sure hands. He's good.
Yep.
He will have options to throw and run the ball with. But for Florida State, that seems to, and people said this when we hired Malzahn too, is when he was at Auburn, he always started off hot, but midseason teams figured him out. And I think that's going to be the same thing this year. I would love nothing more than Florida State takes Malachi Marshall, who's come from our technically 4th string on the depth chart, beats Ashton Daniels, all these things. Roll into Bryant Denny week 1 and beat him again. I'm not kidding. My season would be over. I would not come back. I would bring up that every week. I don't care if we lost by 45 every other week.
That's fair. I mean, at this point.
But anyways, I'm going to stop talking too much because I haven't really said anything. But wow, Malachi Marshall is the only glimmer of hope that I have for Florida State fans this season.
Okay, I like that because at least it's something for y'all. I went in on FSU last week. I'm not going to repeat it. If you want to go back, you always can. Action Sports Checks on YouTube. Check them out. Or live on my Twitter page as well. So that's all available to you. I want to get to this transfer portal story.
Go ahead.
This is nuts to me, and I'm going to break this down. I'm going to try to do this in 60 seconds, okay? Because there have been from declaring to non-declaring and all of these, dude, every day in the transfer portal in college football, there seems to be something that is unprecedented. We've never seen before. Well, this one's insane. Luke Farrelly is this man's name. Luke Farrelly, okay, Zach, is a good, by all intents and purposes, I don't watch Cal football, but if you did, you would have said, man, this Luke Farrelly guy's pretty good, okay? He's a linebacker, and he makes the freshman all-ACC team, okay? Mr. Farrelly transfers to Clemson, as in 2-3 weeks ago, when the portal was open, as one does. And he gets to Clemson, and obviously, when classes start 2 weeks ago, he starts going to class. And he starts going to the team workouts and the team meetings. And then Ole Miss, they have a couple extra days. Pete Golding calls Mr. Farrelly up and says, hey, we're going to give you $900,000 to transfer. Pirelli says no and is so loyal to Clemson, his new home, that he even goes and tells Dabo about it. Dabo, Pete Golding called. He's trying to give me $900K. I told him no. And Dabo says, good, my boy. Great job. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you, my dog. Next day, Golding comes back and calls him again. I got $2 million for you. And Pirelli says, okay, I'm gone. And he is now enrolled at Ole Miss.
Are you serious?
And that is the end of the story. Good night.
You can't be serious.
Allegedly, that's exactly what happened. Allegedly. All those conversations happened. All of that money, sources say, was offered. Welcome to college football in 2026.
College football.
Bro, he's attending the team workouts and the team meetings.
I believe we call that espionage.
Well, dude, I'm trying to go back to my college days, which are getting further and further away from me as time goes, obviously, but it's not that far away. The ad drop period, bro. You couldn't just, he's in there.
Yeah, but
he's 2 weeks in there.
You know, college, I know we're on the same page here, but you know college football is just semi-pro.
The dude was in the team meeting, bruh.
Bruh, I get that, but you're bringing up college. You know he's not going to class.
He said he was going to class.
You know that's a load of crap. Hey, teach, syllabus week check-in, CF finals. Give me an A, and the team will pay you exactly what they promised at the beginning of the gosh darn season.
If you looked at this guy, okay, he was going to class. He went to Cal, Zach. Dude, prototypical Dabo Swinney white linebacker who went to Cal, one of the smartest schools there is. He was going to class.
Well, dude, okay, Dabo doesn't use the portal.
He does now.
Where do you think his money's going? It's going to the team. Bro, I'm telling you right now, This gentleman is not going to class.
He was going to class.
I'm telling you. Oh,
They say he was going to class.
Let me tell you this right now. He went to syllabus week.
Okay.
He said, hey,
I'm here.
Goodbye.
Okay,
that's how that conversation went.
Dude.
He went to class once, but he did go.
We haven't even got to the most important question yet. If you thought Dabo hated the portal before,
Dude.
what about now?
Hey, I'm going to bring you in from Cal. Other guy offers him $900,000.
He passed it up.
Hey, coach, I'm loyal to you. I'm all good.
Yep. You know what he wanted? He wanted the C.
He wanted the C.
Immediately.
He wanted the C.
Coach, I know you brought me in to be my starting linebacker. I've been here for 2 weeks, but see how all in I am? I've been to every class. I haven't missed. Not even on syllabus week have I missed. No, sir. And I've been at every team meeting, and I've been 30 minutes early to every single one of them. And every team workout, I'm busting my tail. Haven't missed a single one of them. I love Clemson. I can't wait to run down that stupid hill with you. So much so that I passed out $900K. Oh, what's that? $2 million? Sorry, Dabo. Forget everything I just said up until this point. I'm gone.
See ya. I'm going to go play for Lane Kiffin's seconds.
Dude, what a freaking story.
I mean, dude, it's just here's the thing. Publicity is publicity, good or bad. And regardless of if I or you like it or not, college football is doing really well in publicity.
Obvious.
I mean, they had to think of something. I don't have any words. The transfer portal is it's insane.
It's nuts.
I'll put it this way. When JU canceled the football team because of me.
Oh, yeah, they actually did.
I had to go to my HR lady's office. She was incredible. Her name was Miss Lauren.
Shout out.
She was incredible. It was Lauren Sevis.
She's definitely listening to the program.
She did definitely listen to the program. And I had to sit down in her office, and we had to meet 3 times and talk about my decisions before I could put my name in the transfer portal. We had gotten to January of the following year. I put my name in the transfer portal, and when you put your name in, they get your contact, your Instagram, all that stuff. And my phone blows up. Nothing crazy. A bunch of D2 offers and a couple offers to like walk on at like Temple and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
But then to contact these, I mean, dude, it is laborious.
A lot of due diligence, I'm hearing.
A lot of due diligence. Now, I'm good.
Golding probably shot him a message on Instagram DM. Hey, how's 2 million sound?
I mean, what is the point of the transfer? Like, who cares?
Well, yeah, dude.
I mean, I technically get it, but like, you know what I mean? It's so dumb.
The whole point to that is, why is the portal window opening before the national championship if you can do this? The whole point of the portal opening, because ideally, obviously, the portal would open after the season ends. Right? Everybody agrees.
Yes.
That is like the most logical, common sense thing that could ever be.
Yes, day after Natty.
The reason that's not the case is literally because of the semesters. Because obviously, the national championship was on Monday the 19th, and classes start on like the 8th. All that stuff is coming into play. That's the only reason that the transfer portal opens before the national championship, before the season ends. Well, if you can do this, show up 2 classes, 2 meetings, 2 workouts, and still go, why are we still doing this? The portal should open on the 13th.
I mean,
or on the 20th.
This goes back to the whole point. Just call college football what it is. It has nothing to do with academics. When it previously did. Not even that long ago, Jason. Not even that long ago. And you feel for these small schools who their coaches are trying to make these young men actually men and contribute to their school, contribute to their academics. Show up. You miss a class, guess what? You're missing practice because you're running the whole practice.
Right.
Now, you get guys who go, I'm going to go to a school that doesn't make me go do academics. That school wins the national championship because they get the most athletes because they know they don't have to go to class. I don't mind. But just call college football what it is and stop basing it around the semesters because you know that's not what it is.
Right.
Transfer portal opens on the Tuesday after the championship. Go crazy.
100%.
These college guys are clearly just taking online classes with NCAAU. Getting a basic degree with the logo of the college football team they played with in their last season. And just make it make it farm league football. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do because this is not college football. This is football played at colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my soapbox.
I'm with you. All right. Before we get out of here today, and again, appreciate people who have been hopping in the chat. We know it's blank. It's not been refreshing. All that good stuff. It wasn't the chat's day today. It's all good. Let's talk about the 2026 Heisman odds, if we can throw that up there. Because now this is very interesting to me. At this time last year, y'all remember way back when Arch Manning was in the exact same spot last year? And how so many people, myself included, said, hey, this whole college football thing doesn't necessarily come all that easy to newcomers every time. Especially to those who were playing crap competition in high school. And yet everybody still bet on him to win the Heisman. And everybody was shocked when he didn't play all that well in the first month of the season. And everybody sold all their stock. Meanwhile, little old me over here was just waiting for y'all to sell. And buying low and saving up. I started buying Arch Manning stock around week 3 last year. And just buying little by little every single week. I mean, right now on January, whatever it is, I think Arch Manning will win the Heisman Trophy next year. Absolutely. I would take those odds at 850. You guys watch the way that he played the last 8 weeks of the season? He's the best player in the sport for my money right now. Him and Dante Moore should be at the top of this list, and I'm not trying to sleep on CJ Carr. I think CJ Carr is very good. But it's hard for me to imagine in a prototypical year that a Notre Dame quarterback would win the Heisman. Simply because at the end of the day, and CJ Carr can sling it with the best of them, but Marcus Freeman's going to want to run the football and play good defense. And again, they can put up 50 points like that against a lot of teams that they play. But I think that Heisman voters incorporate the schedule, sometimes even better than the committee does. And so is Notre Dame going to put up 50 points against the 2 or 3 actually decent programs that they play? I don't believe so. Arch Manning, he might. He might put up 40 a game in an SEC schedule. Like, for real. In the year 2 under Sark, I don't see why I wouldn't. I see a lot of these guys taking a step forward. Obviously, Dante Moore, I'm surprised is not the favorite just because dude was projected to be the number 2 overall pick in the draft. And is deciding to go back to Oregon for one more year. Why would he not be the Heisman favorite? I don't know. Again, I would take Manning. I appreciate the makers of this graphic for putting my boy Gunnar Stockton at 7. I think that's right where he should be. He ain't going to win the thing, but at least he's in the conversation. Byron Brown of Auburn. How about that? Didn't expect him to make the list. And then you love how they just snuck Dylan Raiola on there at the very bottom right. A guy who, if everything pans out the way that it most likely will, legitimately just will not play. A guy who will not play is, 19th as a Heisman favorite? Are they just betting on Dante Moore getting hurt? I have no idea why that's the case, but it is. It is. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us, starting your Friday with us. Hope you've had a good time. Hope you're taking a look at these Heisman odds. Hope you enjoyed our transfer story today. Mr. Luke Ferrelli providing a belter of a story for us today. You got something.
The chat just started working. You can't be serious.
How about it? Dude, I know, I think we've had, dozens on Twitter.
Dude, there's no better way to end the show than the first chat that gets through is on the outro.
Baby. Heck yeah.
I'm going to Whataburger now.
That's how we finish the college football season right there. Thanks, chat. Does Mensa jump up there if he goes to Miami, William Torres?
No.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Absolutely he does.
I have no idea what I'm saying.
Absolutely does. I wish we could have spent more time on this chat, considering it's the only one that wanted to pop up, but know this. Mensa would be top 5 on that graphic if it was already decided that he was going to be teaming up with Malachi Toney and Mark Fletcher at Miami. So there's that. Happy Friday, everybody. Enjoy this weekend. Hey, 3 football games left. I know they're not college football, but if you've been along the ride with us at any point in this college football season, appreciate it. Have a good Friday, everybody.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick GMC. We are professional grade.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports.